Yo, what is going on, you guys? This is Mike or Geekermo. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to be talking about the very basics of how to edit a YouTube video. Now, I don't know if you've just started or if you're a longtime YouTuber, but either way, by the time you're done watching today's video, hopefully you will learn some tips that will make you 2 times, 3 times, 10 times faster editing your next YouTube video. I started the YouTube grind back in 2016, and over the past 7 years, I have made a lot of mistakes. And so my goal with this channel is to give you guys a head start in your own content creation journey. You can learn in record speed through my mistakes. It's just great. It's just great. So I'm super excited for today's video. I've got timestamps for every topic down below. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you smack that subscribe button. And you say, Mike, why would I do that? Well, that's a great question. And I'll tell you, that's because this is not gonna be some clickbait channel where I promise you're gonna gain 100,000 subscribers in 1 month. But what I will do is provide you with a transparent behind the scenes look of what it takes to actually be a content creator and bring you extremely applicable videos on every topic, from filming, editing, preparing to post, posting your video, analyzing, and teaching you all the things I've learned that make this process sustainable so that hopefully you can maximize your ability and hopefully one day get one of these of your own. So welcome, I'm excited to start the journey with you guys. A couple of the example topics for those of you curious, I plan on talking through how to choose a channel name, how to set up your YouTube channel, what's the gear I'll need, what's the software I'll need, what do I do in my first 30 days, how do I come up with an idea, what are the things I need to think about when I'm talking about monetization or when I'm looking at analytics, how do I navigate collaborations and brand deals, what if I want to stand up my own merchandise, what on earth is SEO, how do I record my gameplay or my face cam? Or my gameplay and my face cam? What about music and streaming and DMCA, thumbnail fonts and trend tracker? And what on earth is an OBS? So you get the idea. My goal is to equip you to be the best content creator you can be. And I'm so proud of you. Also, before we jump into today's video, I want to talk about the sponsor for today's video, a website I have built myself over the past 6 months, mycreatorinsights.com. Like I said, I've spent the past 7 years as a content creator, and I've always thought there should be one place I can go that's an ultimate toolbox, everything that I need. And so that's why I created mycreatorinsights.com. The goal for this site is to be everything that you need. And I'm talking research, I'm talking tags, copyright-free music, recommended gear, tools and software. I am so proud of this site. It's got some really cool features. I mean, just to take you through a little bit of it, you can search any YouTube channel and it will give you average video duration, average view count, how much they've posted in the past month, what their analytics look like. I've even aggregated over the past 50 videos what their best performing and worst performing videos are. We've got the brand valuation tool. You put in your statistics, it tells you how much to charge for a brand deal, YouTube tag generator, YouTube title generator. You can search any YouTube video, immediately pull the tags. I've aggregated all the hardware that I have here in the studio so you can see an extensive list of what I use. And you can tell over here on the left side, there is a whole lot more in the works. I have been absolutely pouring into this website, polishing up my Python skills, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. So this website is available to all Patreon members. The link will be the first line down in the description. It's $10 a month, so if you're interested in trying it out, definitely check it out. The other really cool thing that Patreon members get is access to our content creator Discord. You can talk strategy with other up-and-coming YouTubers, find people to collaborate with, get feedback on your YouTube titles, your YouTube thumbnails, and you'll get access to exclusive content like behind-the-scenes research of my analytics and my earnings on my YouTube channel. Like I said, the overall goal is to be an ultimate toolbox for you guys. So if you're serious about growing on YouTube, definitely check it out. Completely risk-free, cancel anytime, but I'm hopeful this will provide so much value to YouTubers of any size. All right, so without further ado, let's jump into episode 1, how to edit a YouTube video. All right, so hopping in for today's video, when you think about the entire process end to end for creating a video, it's really broken down into 6 steps. Think of the idea for the video, film the video, edit the video, prepare the video to post the video, and then analyze that video and repeat the process. If you can do this cycle successfully, you will grow your YouTube channel. I have no doubt. So in today's video, we're really gonna focus in on the editing of the video. A lot of you guys have been curious, what does the end-to-end editing process look like for creating YouTube content? My hope is to cover every topic with this level of granularity, but today we're starting with editing. If you're curious about learning the rest of it, make sure you smack that subscribe button. I am gonna be covering every topic, even getting into my own analytics, my own earnings. I'm not holding anything back on this channel. So without further ado, let's hop into what it looks like to edit a YouTube video. So before we jump in, I just wanted to very briefly show you guys, this is my last 4 years on YouTube, dedicated to the Geekermon channel. This is a YouTube channel I started back in 2016, grew it to about 120,000 subscribers, and posted 1,300 YouTube videos. So in that time, I made a lot of mistakes in the process. There were a lot of things that I learned the hard way that I'm hoping with this new channel, I'll be able to help you guys navigate those hurdles, because honestly, experience is is the best teacher. I could give you all the information and you're still gonna find things along the way. And that's why I encourage anyone, if you're wanting to get started in content creation, the best way to start is to start. Post your first video. It will likely be the worst video you ever make, and that's okay. So yeah, 1,300 videos. I have spent a lot of time on this process. And for every video, I've kind of gotten it down to a routine and a science. And so that is where we're gonna start. The first step, of course, is your video footage. Now, for the sake of time, I went ahead and pre-filmed a video. This is one that is gonna go live on a brand new channel. Look at that yawn. I am ready to film. I even got Autumn Lo-Fi going over here to get me hyped up. So something I thought would be cool for this channel is I started a brand new channel. This is Mike Avery. You see that thumbs up? I'll put the link to this channel down in the description, but my goal is to give you guys behind the scenes insights as we attempt to grow this channel from the ground up. Look at my analytics. My channel didn't get any views in the last 28 days. I had 200 subscribers and they're likely from 2012 because this was my personal account. What kind of handle do we want to go with? Mike Avery After Dark. I love it. So this will be kind of cool. I think this will tie into part of the analyzing of the channel, is I am actually going to be posting the videos that we create here together over on this channel, and then we can analyze the analytics together. Analyzing the analytics. Where is my water? So yeah, every video starts as some raw footage of a YouTuber yawning, just ready to get started, going test on the mic, and we've got 48 minutes of content. Now, old school me, the way that I would have done things is I drag this into Premiere. This is Adobe Premiere. I'm going to create a brand new project here. If you have Adobe Premiere, please feel free to follow along. I would encourage you to edit your own video alongside this because I think you're going to be able to learn a lot of things by doing this hands-on instead of just watching me. So if you need to, pause this video, go film your own video, and then come back. We're going to create a new project. We're going to call it Mike Avery After Dark. This is going to be the template. I would encourage you to use a template for your videos. Gives you really a baseline of what do I want on the intro? What do I want on the outro? Those things a lot of times are the same. And so if you can create them and save them in a project, you'll be able to reuse that. Because honestly, if you're creating 1,300 videos, you need a template to do it successfully. Now, old school me, I would have dropped this into the project. That's it. Imported the video, and then I would have just been editing away as fast as I possibly could. But thankfully, there is a much better way to do things. Old school, this is what it looks like. For those of you curious, why are there 4 audio tracks? I am going to do a separate video on filming YouTube videos. If you can believe it, look at that face. But part of the reason I like to have 4 audio tracks is I want to maintain control of every single element of the video, including other people talking, game volume, desktop audio and music. I've got it all split out, and I will show you guys how to do that in an upcoming video. Again, if you haven't, make sure that you guys subscribe so you can learn how to do that. But we are not doing this. Delete. This is the old way of doing things. There is a much better way. Enter Timebolt. I found this last year, and it is the best thing content creation has ever seen, especially if you're like me and you do commentary style gaming videos. This absolutely changed the game for me. I'm not kidding when I say I can now edit a full-length video in 30 minutes to an hour when it used to take me 2, 3, 4 hours to successfully get a polished YouTube video. Now, this will not work for every form of content, but what Timebolt does is you drop in your video file, so we can go into our YouTube folder and drop it in. It will analyze the video, and based on the certain audio tracks, it will cut out all of the silence. If you go back and watch any of my videos, I don't like silence. I usually cut everything except for maybe a couple of good plays. This, in 2 seconds, is an automatic raw edit of what I want out of a YouTube video. I cannot express to you how much this has changed the game. I'll put the link to Timebolt down in the description. I'll tell you it's $17 a month. If you're a serious content creator, it's the best $17 a month I have ever spent. You earn this back in a single video. It is unbelievable what you can do. I'm gonna show you guys here the settings, show you how to set it up and use it, but honestly, it changes the game for content creation. I reached out to them with a congratulatory message on this product and asked if there was any way that they'd sponsor me. They told me no, but they sent me an affiliate link, so it's down in the description. All right, so this right here is a track of the 45 minutes of film that I have. The green spots are where the audio is above a certain decibel range. You can tell in 45 minutes, I'm not talking the whole time. Right here, I'm likely waiting for a game to load in. I'm maybe getting a snack, who knows? But a lot of this is just filler time when you're filming a video. It's not time that actually contains any content that you care about. Now, going back to why are there 4 audio tracks? One thing I like to do is select the audio track that I'm splicing off of, and I will set it to audio track 1, which is just my voice. That means no matter what's happening in the game, we can break it down and we can mute everything except for me talking. Unreal. Let me show you real quick. The output file is shorter by 33 minutes. I took a 48-minute video and I brought it down 33 minutes of me not talking to what is now a 15-minute video. As you guys know, 10 minutes is the golden range. This is a perfect starting point for me to polish up a premiere YouTube video and get it out there into the world. For those of you that don't know, as a gaming content creator that tries to post consistently, 10 minutes is usually the sweet spot that I aim for. If you go much longer, it's possible, and we're gonna actually research a couple of channels that do this. So a super successful channel that I like to mirror my content after is FaZe Jev. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of him. He's doing Starfield content right now. And if you look at his videos, he's got 12 minutes, 16, 18, 8, 10, 12. He probably films for about 45 minutes to an hour. All right, so if we want to get a further in-depth look at FaZe Jev's analytics, we can head over to my new website, mycreatorinsights.com. I've been working on this for about 6 months with the goal being an ultimate toolbox for content creators. All right, so if we search FaZe Jev's channel in My Creator Insights, one of the unique stats we aggregate is channel averages. And if you look, in the past 28 days, Jev has posted 27 videos. He's absolutely eclipsed me with 3158. That is an unreal amount of videos. A channel created in 2009. But over those past 27 videos, his average video duration is 10 minutes and 3 seconds. Exactly what I told you the sweet spot of content creators is. Out of his past 50, some of the most successful videos that he's had, 12 minutes, 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes. So if we film for about 45 and drop it to 15, it gives us a perfect palette where we can be a little more liberal with our cutting and probably end up at around 10 minutes. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I go to edit a video and it's 14 minutes long, I'm way less intimidated than when I go to edit a video that's 48 minutes long of footage. It's just a different feeling knowing you're only gonna have to sit down for 30 minutes to an hour and be able to crank out that video. Also, to shamelessly plug, this is one of the things I love about this new site is that I use it for a lot of detailed research. The one thing you'll notice, why is daily subscribers empty? It's because daily subscribers is now rounded thanks to YouTube, and there is no way to view anything except the rounded. And when you have 5.2 million, the stats only change every 10,000. That means that when Jev hits the next 10,000 marker, you're gonna get a massive spike here on the dashboard. If we go to another channel like Tim the Tapman here, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Nothing, 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 bam, 10K. Nothing, nothing, bam, 10K. So with subscribers being an estimation, it's honestly the best we can do with the data that we have. All right, so now that we're back, I want to show you guys the settings for Timebolt that I use to maximize the style of video that I want. So if you're me, you want quick cuts, you want fast paced. If you come down here to the settings, what I like to do is set -35. That cuts basically all the time when I'm sitting here drinking my LaCroix. But when a crazy play happens and I'm like, oh, let's go! Immediately, that's where the edit will start picking up, and it will continue based on the padding that we have set here. So I like the left padding to start right in my voice. I don't want anything before the silence. It creates that millennial pause that people are talking about. I cut that out right away. And then for the right side, I give it a little more leverage to let me finish my thought, because you don't want to slideshow people into, like, you can give kind of a seizure effect if there's no breaks between what you're saying and everything is really fast and there's no break and then there's no pause. So I like to add that 0.05. You can adjust this to however you feel comfortable depending on the pacing of your video. I honestly, editing this video, I'll probably use Timebolt, but I'll probably up it to maybe 0.15. This is a slower paced video where we're really trying to learn, and you're probably working on your laptop on a different screen alongside. But for the gaming content, I want 0.05. I also, 0.75 gives just long enough to where if there's like a it won't get picked up. All right, so Timebolt has done its job. Now what do we do? Super easy. All you got to do is go down to the export options here, select the file path that you want. I've got it in the YouTube folder and says Timebolted right next to it. Click the XML button, task Q, finished exporting the file. So bam, what does that do? Creates an XML file. If I come right here, I've got this XML file and I drag it into my project. Bada bing, bada boom. We've got our footage and we've got our cut up sequence. So all I'm gonna do is open up this new sequence. I will close out my old one. Wow. There we have a very polished, extremely easy to read video. I mean, a 14-minute video that's already all cut up. This just feels good. Now, you'll probably notice something. The audio tracks seem like they are jacked up. So one thing I've learned, this is where experience is the best teacher, is that you do have to double check your audio tracks before you start your editing. So I like to highlight everything here. And then you right click on your footage and you're gonna wanna go to audio channels. This will bring up all of the audio channels. In OBS, I film with 4 channels. And so I've got my voice, I've got the gameplay audio, I've got the Discord chat in my headset, and then I've got my desktop audio in case I watch a clip or have something that happens on the computer that I want to capture. Most of the time, I just use these first 2 and I cut the rest out for a regular old YouTube video. But what you're going to want to do is make sure the media source channels match the clip channels. And so you just want a diagonal line all the way down. Now, when I click OK, it's going to update my footage, and you can tell I had no desktop audio. Oh, actually, I'm wrong about the tracks. It's everything. Then it's gameplay, then it's my voice, and then it's the desktop. All right, so we got all our audio tracks. We're ready to roll. The first thing you're gonna notice is I have my gameplay next to my screen cap. I'll cover this in the filming video, but the main goal here is, again, total control over what we can do with our footage. I want the highest quality for the face cam and the highest quality for the gameplay, so I like to put them side by side. So the first thing I'm gonna do, and what you should do, is check your sequence settings. Make sure everything matches what you'd expect. I like to go in initially, change this back to 1920 by 1080, a standard 1080p video, 60 FPS for the gaming element of it. All right, so I have my footage. What I want to do is Control A, highlight everything, hold Alt, and then I'm going to duplicate up my face cam. What this does is creates a second track here, and they're exactly the same. There's no difference. But what I can do is hide this top track, come over to Effects and Controls, and then I'm going to move this over 1920. You can tell I'm kind of dragging it over to where the gameplay takes up a majority of the screen. You're like, well, what about your face cam? Easy. We're dealing with that next. So bada bing, bada boom. What I like to do here is give this, go to Effects on the left side, a little bit of a crop, bada bing, bada boom, go left side, 50%. Now drag this over to 0. Bam! We have 2 full layers out of what was the same footage side by side. This helps me deal with a lot of the syncing issues where you have YouTubers that are like 1, 2, 3, clap, left, right, trying to make sure their mouth matches the audio, matches the gameplay. If you have desync videos, I have spent a lot of time researching that and how to solve that. So I can help you with that, but that's a topic for another video. Today, we're focused on how to edit a YouTube video. I'm gonna try to keep it consolidated because I just wanna throw information at you guys. I hope you're ready for a lot of videos, because I'm passionate about this. All right, so let's hide our top layer and just work with our gameplay right now. You're probably still wondering to yourself, Geek, this doesn't make sense. Listen to the audio. That's not good. That's my yawn. Beautiful, but not what we want for the video. Again, we've got our audio tracks sorted out. What you want to do, if you have one track, you don't have to worry about it, but is right click, go up here and hit unlink on the footage. This will separate out all of our different tracks. All right, so for me, I really only care about the gameplay and my voice. So I'm gonna highlight this track, delete everything combined, and then I'm also gonna delete the desktop track because I don't really need it. Now, I am ready to roll on editing through my video. You'll get really quick at this kind of pre-setup phase and just have it bam, bam, bam. All right, so the next thing we're gonna wanna do, we've got our gameplay lined up, we've got our face cam. The next step is to get the face cam in the corner that you want it in. I personally like to have my footage up in the top right corner. Now, as you guys know, we added a 50% crop right here. I'm gonna add another crop and really pull in the face cam to exactly how I want it. If I drag these both in on the side, you'll see some YouTubers that do a little bit more vertical. For me, I like to keep that 9:16, so I will keep it a little bit wider. What I'll do is bring it up a little bit from the bottom to where the microphone is still visible, bring it down from the top, drag it out to the center a little bit so you can see a little more, drag that right back, drag that left back. And so you'll probably just want to pull these and mess with them until you're happy with it. I think about right there is what I would do. The good thing is, I was talking about creating a template. You get these numbers where you want, and then every film, all you have to do is highlight these crops, copy them, and paste them over to your new sequence, which will be side by side. I'll show you guys how to do that. I'll show you guys how to kind of build out a template later on. All right, so I'm trying not to get too perfectionist with it. This is normally about what my YouTube videos look like. I'd have to go back and look at my template, but I do think it's right around here. It feels like it maintains the 9:16. All right, so once I've got it, what's the next step? If we play it, it looks great here, but then immediately it goes back to what we had before. It looks absolutely terrible. So what I'm gonna do is highlight the things that I've added, holding Control and clicking through them. we changed our motion, and we changed our cropping a little bit. I'm gonna copy those. Then I'm gonna zoom back out, highlight everything on the project, and hit Control V and paste it. Now, be warned, you wanna unselect your first one, otherwise you're gonna get some crazy results. Control V, now everything across has got my face cam exactly where I want it. Now, one thing I'm noticing and one thing you should do is go into the middle of your video and get a feel for, head somewhere into the middle of the video, and you're gonna wanna get a feel for where your face cam is. I do think that I like where this is centered. It's a little bit tricky to tell here, and so next step is we got to line up our gameplay, highlight the first gameplay clip where we had our motion. We're going to zoom out and highlight everything on that track. For those of you that forgotten where we're at, I've highlighted this track below, the gameplay track. You can tell in the very first clip, I set the motion over to 1920 to move this gameplay into focus. But as soon as we go past this first clip, my yawn is complete and we're now misaligned. And so we're gonna unselect that first one and paste it. Now everything across the board, we basically have a YouTube video that you could post. That's how good Timebolt is.
I'll go get
bada bing, bada boom. This is my YouTube video. It's great. I mean, I could make an argument that this is a finished YouTube video.
Man,
I have missed filming videos. That's why we're doing it again. Boom. Now, if you want to change the crops and you're like, I'm already halfway into the video, what you can do is you can highlight everything. You can hit edit, remove attributes, and then you can deselect everything but the crop, and it'll reset the crop across the board, then get it to where you want it, and then copy paste it across. These are the kind of things that I have learned over the years that I'm really hoping provide some value for you guys. I spent hours messing with cropping and gameplay and syncing and trying to figure all this stuff out. And so I'm trying to do this in a way, I'm trying to do this in an extremely simple way for you guys. And so now we have a completed template. You guys can save this right now. I saved mine as Mike Avery After Dark. I'll show you how to pare it down. What I usually do is just keep a couple, pare it down, put my intro and outro, save it, and then I can actually start here and I'll copy these values over to my new project right away. Boom, boom. In 2 minutes, I've stood up and I'm ready to edit my video. All right, so we've got our 15-minute video. What do we do next? Well, now is the fun part. You get to watch through your content and pull out the best moments that create your video. I'm not gonna do an intro or outro on this. I'm gonna keep it very basic. Listen, it's my first YouTube video on this channel, all right? I'm brand spanking new. Come back for the next episode because we're gonna evaluate the analytics of this video, and I'm really curious, a raw channel with almost no subscribers, how this video does. I think maybe I'll post it to my Twitter. So hopefully we can get like 100 views on this new channel. I'll put the link to it if you guys wanna go check it out. I'm not shelling out for my new channel. This channel is all about guiding you guys, but if you wanna see the output of what you're seeing here, you can go see it over there. All right. So now what I do is, experienced editor, I like to sift through until I get to my starting point. So at some point, you'll see my intro. I can clip through here. I'm still stretching. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. And then I think right here is where the video actually starts. It's not where the video starts. It's later on. Let's move up. That's how you hype up. I'm actually going to put that into part of the filming of the video and part of the workflow and process. So you'll find in another video. All right. That is probably the first clip I want to use in my video. And I usually would use something like this before an intro, and then I'm sure right here is where I go. Coffee down for this. That's the intro. Okay, perfect. So if I wanted to set an intro in, I could do it right here. But now I've got my starting point for the very beginning of the video. Now, I have really polished up my levels. Everything is now filmed at a point where I think the audio is good. But if you haven't, you will want to double check the levels. How do you do that? All right, so you're going to go up here to Window, and you're going to go to Audio Track Mixer. Now, the audio track mixer gives you audio for all the different tracks that you filmed in OBS. And so I have track 1 as my voice and track 2 as the gameplay. What I normally like to do is have the gameplay pushing up into the yellow. You don't want to blow people's ears out, but you want people to be able to hear you. And then I like to have this set down to around -8 to -10. That's my good range for being able to hear me talk, but also hear the gameplay audio in the video. I have done all of this in OBS. That's why I need to get a video out covering that topic. But if you'd like, you're welcome to do it here in Premiere as well. You can just drag these bars and really change the audio. I could mute myself and blast the gameplay, whatever I feel like doing. And then I believe if I hold Alt, I can reset them back to 0. Yeah. little pro tip there. I think I'm gonna add that little keyboard overlay so you can see my commands and my keyboard shortcuts. All right, so now we're getting into the meat of things. How to edit a YouTube video. It's your first one, you're sitting down, you're feeling good about your content. What's great about Timebolt, you don't have to listen to your awkward silences. It really makes you feel more professional right off the bat. So what I do is just begin watching. I'll start playing it. Right here, I feel like there was a little bit of a gap where the audio did not cut out because of that length of time that I've set. So what I will do, this is actually keyboard shortcut central right here, is first line of the video. Let me turn it up just a tiny bit.
A new cutscene.
And now I want to cut. I'm going to hit C on the keyboard. It's right here. It's the the razor tool. I've normally been in the selection. That's how you kind of highlight and move things. Click the razor tool. Then I'm going to want to cut right here, right? Do I just click it? No, that only cuts one track. What you're going to want to do is hold Shift and then click. That is how you do a cut of every track, all the way down. This is part of the thing that I've learned, how to get quick with the workflow, how to get quick with the process. I watch through, I get to right here, then where do I want to? I've been gone too long. So how am I going to do this? Do I want to highlight everything and drag it over and then try to drag here and then is this in the right spot? No. We're not doing all of that, all right? We're not doing all that. How do I read? Okay, there we go. No, what I do is I click to exactly the spot I want. Now, how did I get, bam, I went from selection to that. VC, get those down. I wish I had them on the screen. VC. You're gonna be hopping between those like nobody's business. I click C, I hold Shift, I cut. I click V, I'm back to the track, all right? So now what I'll do is I'll probably just go right here and trim that one down, bada bing, bada boom, and then that's just silence. I have mapped my delete key. Instead of having to go up here and then hit delete, and then come back down here with my finger, no. I have mapped my delete key. Keyboard shortcuts. My key is clear for D. I would encourage you to move clear to a key that is near C and V because I go C, V, D all the time. A is probably the fourth most used, but those I use all the time. So you're gonna highlight, I'm gonna hit D, and then the best secret, this is like a premiere masterclass right now, is you click this space and then you click D again and it deletes it. So bada bing, bada boom. So let me show you old school versus new school, all right? I wanna do a little bit of a time difference here. Old school me would have gone, okay, right here, I wanna go back and I probably wanna stop the sign there and I click down. And then I think I start talking again right here. So I'll probably wanna just drag this over to here and then want to highlight it all again and maybe I cut like right there and then highlight all of this and come up here and hit delete. No. We're not doing it at that speed, all right? Let me show you the power of the keyboard shortcuts, all right? I've realized right here's where I want to cut. I'm probably just going to go ahead and cut all three of these, and then I'm going to highlight the two spaces, delete them, and then click the two spots to delete. Set your delete key. Again, you do that edit and keyboard shortcuts or Control-Alt-K, and then remember that C and V will swap you between, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's so fast. So now let's add an intro. We need a YouTube intro, all right? Am I going to create my own? Absolutely not. YouTube intro download MP4. Let's just see what the internet has. 600 free YouTube intros. Oh, wow. This one has no words over it. Okay, perfect. Now we need a song. All right, so I've downloaded my intro and I've also used a My Creator music track. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm working on creating an entire library of DMCA free, safe to use for streaming and YouTube. If you can't tell, music is a big passion of mine, so this project's been extremely fun. It officially launches on October 1st, but there is one preview album already on Apple Music and Spotify, so definitely go check those out. That's the music I'm using because I don't want the copyright strike. I want some chill lo-fi for the intro to really get us prepped to absolutely dominate in Apex Legends. Now, I just did a lot of keyboard shortcuts and I realized while I'm doing it, I need to show you guys how I did that. All right, so first thing, easy enough. We drag our music into the track that we want our audio on. I'm probably also gonna drag this down quite a bit because I haven't adjusted the audio for that song yet. We can actually get a test for it by clicking this S right here to solo the track. That means when we play the footage, you're only gonna hear the music from that track. I can't wait for My Creator music to come out. The music is so good. I'm so proud of it. So if you use Apple Music or Spotify, please, please, please go follow the account over there. You can use it for anything you want. YouTube videos, live streams, it does not matter. Go check it out. All right, so I'm gonna drag the footage back towards the intro, right? Because I want the song. I'm gonna cut off the little bit of warm up before the beat drops and really start with the beat. I've just drug it over to the right. Now, how do we get the rest of this footage out of the way so we can drop our clouds in, right? We gotta have our clouds for our intro. There's a keyboard shortcut that is absolutely clutch. If you hit A on the keyboard, you can see these right arrows that show up. If we come down and click right here, it will highlight everything to the right of the arrows. So all I need to do is hit V again to come back to my selector, hold shift and unselect the music because we don't want to move the music out of the way. I guess we could, it doesn't really matter. We could drag the music out of the way. This gives us a little bit of real estate right here. And then I want to drag the music back to right here. That means we got our intro clip going. Now, I'll probably want to back it up and kind of build into the swell, right?
Too long.
All right, so now we're gonna come back to our clouds and drop those in, bada bing, bada boom. They don't have any audio, so I can right click, I can unlink, get rid of the audio, it doesn't really matter. Quality I downloaded off the stock website, it's only 540p, so I gotta come make the scale a little bit larger to make it fit, right? And you know what I'm gonna do, watch this. I'm gonna click T on the keyboard and I'm gonna add an intro text. Mike Avery after dark, boom. All right, so now we got our text right here. Let's go ahead and center it. And then I'll probably move it. What else do we want to do to the text? Maybe add a little drop shadow to it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna leave it white though. This is part, but it's not gonna show up till the clouds part, right? We want the clouds to part and then boom, Mike Avery After Dark shows up.
I've been gone too long.
Oh, that's prime. Now, you saw what I did right there. I clicked C, I clicked shift, and then I cut right there. I wanna delete all of this with D. I don't need it anymore. And then now, click V again to go back to the selection tool, click the open space and delete. That is how you iterate on your workflow right there. We keep it as rapid as possible. Now, will I create a good opening intro for this channel? Probably not. This is it. I'm leaving it with this. All right, so to build for the joke, a couple things that I would like to do. I probably want to cut off the silence, set my coffee down for this, and then I probably want to kind of build up, right? So I'm gonna re-add a little bit in here, and I will put I promise I'm gonna put the keyboard shortcut thing on there because I notice I'm doing these a lot. Highlighting, I'm hitting C, I'm hitting V. So I'm gonna drag this end off, and then what I'd like to do is highlight this where I do the intro, and I want to back it up a little bit so that I give myself a little bit. You're adding footage back in. I like that right there. What I like about this is that there's opportunity to kind of build to the yo, what's going on, you guys, that I do. Now, it doesn't need to be up here. There's nothing happening in the gameplay. No one cares about the gameplay right now. So I'm going to highlight my two tracks. These are my two tracks for the face cam up here. I'm going to hit edit. And then I'm gonna hit remove attributes, and I wanna get rid of everything. The crops, the zoom, like I want everything except, no, we want everything. And then we click it, and now we click on the track, come up to motion, hit 0, and move it back over to where it belongs. So bada bing, bada boom. All right, so what I probably wanna do, if I had to walk through kind of the process with you, is I got face cam, and then I probably wanna go full screen and zoom real slow into the explosion back out, and then to there. All right, so I'm adding one more cut right there. So what does that look like? All right, here is a pro tip. When you film side by side, you'll notice that when you zoom, a little wonky here, right? How do you fix that? All I do, I wanna highlight these 3 tracks, maybe 4 tracks right here that are all face cam. I'm gonna right click on them and I'm going to click nest. What this will do is reset the sequence into a smaller subsequence. So if you open it up in here, you got all 4 of these tracks, right? So now what we can do is we can control it with the center being the sequence. So you've created like a nest almost. You're nesting inside. And what's great about this is I can come back through, I can cut these to where they were, and then now I can go 80% right here. That's usually what I do, or 80% right here. And then here I wanna do, all right, this is perfect. So I'm building up, I wanna zoom, and then I wanna zoom back out and kind of shake the screen. That's what we're gonna do. I love doing that in slow motion. Let's cut off the end of the screen just for comedy's sake, right? So drag that over. All right, so how do we go about doing that? It's called keyframing. I'll do a whole video on keyframing soon, but what you need to know is these little clocks right here help you control it. All right, so we click scale, it drops a little frame. That means at this point in the video is gonna be zoomed this much. That's basically it, right? So if I go forward and I zoom way in, that means that as it progresses forward, it starts to zoom way in. So I want this to be the beginning of the zoom, pull it all the way to the left, this be all the way to the right, and now for this. All right, I love the buildup. That's perfect. And then now I probably want this just to be at 100 to block the full screen. I can't see the 0 on my keyboard because of the microphone. Bam. What's going on? It's perfect. It's perfect. The only thing I'll probably want to do is add some kind of shake effect. I downloaded Ultimate Earthquake off the internet, semicom.net. I think it's a free preset. I'm not sponsored by them. I just use them. Gentle shake right here. Let's see what this looks like, and we might be done with our intro. All right, let me set my coffee down for this. Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's perfect. I don't know why this thinks audio is being picked up right here. We're gonna delete that track. I do think my mic might be a little bit sensitive, which might mean I need to tweak the Timebolt settings a little bit. I'm noticing some gaps of silence that normally wouldn't be included. Now, again, this is the process of iteration, but it's not necessarily a problem because that little section of silence was as easy as boom, delete. So now what you'll do is you'll just start to watch through your video and you will repeat this process. And so if you watch me, I'll do a little bit of live editing for you. Good little intro. See that little bump right there? That's a Timebolt setting where I need to be a little less. If I can bring the dB threshold up just a little bit. All right, so all you need to do when you come back into Timebolt here is filter sound below this level. All you can do is bring this up. I would personally tweak it depending on your microphone. It sounds like I need to turn my microphone down just a little bit. I'll probably leave this at -35 and instead work with the microphone. But again, not a major problem. I can cut some of that stuff super quickly. So yeah, noticing a couple of things like that should be pulled, but it's not a big deal. There's a couple reasons for that. One, my second daughter, Lainey, was born. She was, so happy about that. Here she is. How cute. And so what I'll probably do is right here, click A, move this all over just a little bit, and then what I'll probably do is throw a photo of Lainey, maybe me and Lainey right here, and say like, lady was born, and then play like the aww. So that's the plan for right there. Now, as you're noticing, this already feels like a semi-complete YouTube video. Your film will probably feel a lot more polished than if you were just to cut it raw. But I will tell you, I filmed 1,300 videos. I have experience talking to the mic and talking to the camera. What you'll notice is a lot of times there's a lot of repetition. It's great. I love it. I wanted to find an example of something where I mess up and say it twice. Let's try right here. Haley and I have been, boom. I said Haley and I've been, I forgot where my train of thought was going, and then I just backed up, took a breath, and started over. And the thing about that is to know when you're filming that it's super easy to cut repeating dialogue. I repeat things all the time. I literally will sit in front of the mic and I'll be like, I did not like how I delivered that. And I just stop and say it again. And then when it comes up in the video, all I have to do is hold C, shift, and then bam, cut out the old one and we're good. So then when you're watching it back, Haley and I have been having an absolute blast with parenting. We have. It's exhausting. Holy cow, but it's great. All right, so now I'm just gonna work my way through this YouTube video. And so that kind of gets you started on the process. I'm looking here and we're at 1 hour and 15 minutes of film. I think I'm gonna end this video here. My next video is gonna be a part 2 of this. We'll go through the timeline. I'll show you guys a couple more keyboard shortcuts. One for the road that I'll give you guys. If you're playing the footage and you're like, man, I'm talking and talking. I really gotta speed up here. I gotta get this edited out. I'm waiting on it. All you have to do is while you're playing is if you hit L, it will speed up. If you hit L again, it will speed up 2 times. Now, I don't use this very often with Timebolt, but I used to use it when I wasn't sure what kind of gameplay I wanted. I had to cut it all down. I didn't know where the repeated statements were. Repeated, blah, blah, blah. And so that is one thing, especially if you're doing long-winded kind of gameplay and you want to get through it faster, is just spacebar, LL, and I'll use that sometimes if I'm looking for context or I want to watch back, and I'm like, where was I talking about Lainey? Was that here? Oh, Lainey was born. Like I'll use it to find stuff. It's just a little tip to throw you guys. All right, so things that we're gonna cover in the upcoming videos. I wanna hit on how to export, best settings for YouTube. I have plans for the future to cover a number of topics. Let me walk you through a couple of them because I've making a list. Effective strategies for growing a YouTube channel. What equipment do I need? How do I choose a topic? How do I come up with ideas? What's the best software to use? Adobe Premiere is a good starting point if you need a day one. How do I collaborate with other YouTube videos? How do I engage my community? How do I monetize? Tell me about monetization. Upload schedule, lighting, optimizing homepage, overcoming creative blocks. How do I repurpose my content? How do I create reels and shorts? How do I navigate copyright claims? I've got a list of 78 topics I plan on making videos for you guys on. So if you're new, definitely hit that subscribe button. I plan on bringing you guys as much content as possible. And if you haven't, definitely check out My Creator Insights. I'm so proud of this site. I built it myself in Python from the ground up. You can research any YouTube channel. We've got the brand valuation tool. You put in your stats. It tells you exactly how much you should charge for your next brand deal. We've got the YouTube tag generator. You can enter your video title and it will give you some relevant SEO tags. This uses OpenAI. I'm so proud of this tool. We've got the YouTube title generator, give you top 5 titles, give you an idea when you're stuck and kind of in a creative block. What's your video about? Let's do Minecraft parody. Again, this hits OpenAI. It says, give me back SEO generated, optimized titles. Crafting Legends, the best Minecraft parody yet. I don't know if that's an 85. That's my favorite one right here. We've also launched the exclusive Discord channel for Patreon members. This just launched today. There's gonna be exclusive content, viral alerts to give you guys trends right when you need to be making videos on them. There's a strategy center where you can discuss growth, filming, editing, streaming, get your questions answered. It's all like-minded content creators trying to grow. You can give me feedback on the My Creator Insights website, collaboration requests. One of my favorite things is the feedback section. You can get feedback on your YouTube thumbnails, YouTube titles, feedback on your stream. And I plan on having some content where I actually give feedback real time live here on the channel. So if you want me to review your channel and see how I could help you grow, leave me a comment down below. I'd be more than happy to do that. Couple of other free tools here. We've got the tools and software. This will give you a link to Google Drive for Business. This is what I use for my content creation to manage all of my film and all my video. We've also got Timebolt, Adobe Creative Cloud, and OBS Studio to get you guys started. I even created an essential gear list here. This is all of the products I use in my studio here. I'll eventually do a studio tour, but go check it out. There are so many exciting things about this My Creator Insights tool, and I can't wait to see how you guys use it. Thank you guys for all the love. If you're new, I'm excited about your content creation journey. Leave me a comment so I can get to know you, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.